Mario Kart has been thrilling audiences for over 20 years, but it could be argued that the series has never had as an important entry as Mario Kart 8. Seen by Nintendo as the saviour of the struggling Wii U console, this series marks the franchise's first steps into the world of high definition, and has understandably built up a lot of expectation. And being the first Mario Kart to be rendered in HD comes with its own pressures, and in that regard it doesn't disappoint. Everything looks absolutely stunning, with detailed courses, dazzling effects, and characters that ooze so much charm you'll almost bring yourself to forgive them when they take you out of the red shell. And the visuals aren't the only thing that Nintendo has enhanced for this outing. The mechanics of the game have been tuned up, making this one of the most satisfying races around. Each vehicle controls wonderfully, and the rock-solid 60 frames per second frame rate ensures that the experience is never less than silky smooth. Elsewhere, the weapon selection has been bolstered with the addition of the Super Horn, an item which can take out the previously invincible spiny blue shell, making it much easier if you're skillful enough to keep the lead once you've gained it. And as well as being able to chop and change parts, as well as using the hand glider over large jumps as in Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS, you're also able to drive up walls for the first time in the anti-grav sections of the track, which present their own interesting mechanics beyond looking staggeringly cool. Bang into another player on these sections and you don't actually slow down, you speed up, meaning it's everyone's interest to stick together, but you'll have to play it carefully to come back onto the track in the lead. It's this sort of intelligent play that really breathes fresh new life into Mario Kart 8 after so many hardware generations. This is Mario Kart for purists, and it makes you appreciate the clever new tracks like a truly evil rainbow road around a space station and the downhill slalom escapades of Mount Wario. Mario Kart 7's online mode was a revelation, allowing players to race against rivals all around the world quickly and easily. The good news is that Nintendo has applied the same ethos to its sequel. Facing off against human opponents over the net is a hassle-free experience and helps extend the game's longevity once you've conquered the single-player campaign. While Mario Kart 8 could well be the game to give the Wii U a much-needed shot in the arm, it's a real shame that it doesn't make more convincing use of the gamepad controller. There's no second screen multiplayer in local play, instead both players see the same display. The gamepad is therefore largely redundant, and while this obviously doesn't impact the game's overall appeal, it just shows how little faith Nintendo has in its own tech. More glaring is the lack of bespoke arenas for battle mode. Instead, you'll have to make do with regular tracks, which are far too large and uninteresting to make for anything close to the excitement of the original SNES version. Overall, Mario Kart 8's weak use of the Wii U gamepad might lead some to assume that Nintendo has all but given up on trying to exploit the unique tech behind its domestic hardware. But there's no denying that this is a wonderful release and possibly the best instalment of the series so far. It also ranks as one of the best Wii U games we've seen yet, and given the global appeal of the brand, could well reverse the fortunes of the ailing system. Mario Kart 8 reminds us why the series has been at the top of the racing genre for 2 decades, and it's the first game that's worth buying the Wii U for on its own.